morning, Panda. I'm doing okay. How about yourself? I am a little excited for it. I don't know how much of it I'm going to end up doing. I had made a joke about sacrificing the hardcore life to it. I'm sorry to hear that you're sick. Are you working today? Despite being sick, or which would suck because I believe today is truck day. Cow pet does seem interesting. Did they say that there's going to be a cow pet? It sounds like we need to get you one of those bubbles where you can't get sick. If there's a cow pet, I'm sure it will be very good. I know to temper my expectations on getting the pets that I want, so I might end up with it, I might not. I just know that I'm not gonna get the Phoenix or Hell Puppy or Bloodhound anytime, so if I do, I will be very surprised, and so at least it seems like if there is going to be a cow pet, the boss is going to be easy to kill, so it'll be really easy to farm and get the pet, I would imagine. Unless you get like super dry. I think the worst grind that I did was the lure for Leviathan on the main. But other than that, I think I've been pretty spooned. So I'm not going to complain. What time do you think you're going to be getting home to get some sleep tonight, though. Good morning, Smoot. How are you doing? Hmm. 10:30 your time. It's pretty late. But it sounds like you'll at least be able to get home and turn on your computer and fight Smoot in the duel arena to see who can claim the crown officially. I know, I feel bad that she's sick, but I may have said that she may need a bubble to live in a bubble so that she doesn't get sick anymore. At least you get to sleep in a little bit, so you can at least get some rest between shifts. Oh, is that the reigning excuse? you can't do PvP arena because of that? Like, what's his, the trolling person today? I was about to say, I don't think I have 2 bill on the main, but I'm sure I do, just in gear. I tend not to keep I try to keep like somewhere between 5 and 20 mil, just to be able to buy supplies if I need to. Other things are just like, oh, I want that, I'm gonna pick it up. Like, I got on one day and was like, I'm gonna grab an Ancient God Sword because I feel like it. Yes, Flyback was very generous to us. Had a thought, gonna write it down so I don't forget it. Thanks, Panda. Hope you feel better. Make other people lift the heavy stuff off the truck. really considering going and doing some salvaging and such AFK. Just so I can level my sailing a bit so I can start doing the trawling stuff. Because the sheer amount of food that you get from trawling seems to be a lot. And while even at a low level, probably not the best, still a lot of food is a lot of food, and if you can either cook it or even put it in, make them into offcuts, just seems like a very good thing. My music has stopped. It looks like it got stuck on the advertisement because of the ad blocker. I meant to do that before going live. I meant to see about getting a song player on the stream so that you guys can see what the song is. Morning, Flyback. I think you missed Panda. I think she went back to work. But it is good to see you. How are you doing today? I'm doing okay. Tired, long day at work, but that's done. Get to do it all again tomorrow. Which I'm not complaining about. I've actually been spending time not in Embedded World, but in actually C# world, so it has been refreshing to get back up into a space where you don't have to be concerned about memory size and speed. I understand. .NET's not the flashiest of all things, but I will say that the documentation for the .NET platform is significantly better than Java. So I would rather work in that space than yeah, I'm gonna go with heroin in that debate. And Java. But I feel like I already made my feelings on that matter apparent. Look, all I have to say is Adderall is legal, and that's basically a legal form of meth, so I haven't kept up with my reading on that stuff. All I know is a lot of the world runs on AWS, and I don't know. I just feel like since a lot of the world runs on it, it's very dependent, and if it goes down, people are in a world of hurt while it's down. Fortunately, I don't think the majority of the stuff that we work with, and hopefully the stuff that is currently being developed, is not going to be web service based. I hope not, at least. Just feel like you hear there's an outage like every other day. Heck, I know we don't use the most efficient thing in the world, and every single time Trello goes down, it's like a nightmare. do you still have access to the article you were reading about it? Because if you do, if I get some time, I'll read through it. Seems like an interesting topic. Thank you. Uh-oh. I'm just doing a brief glance through it, and I got to the part of reading secret data, and I see that there are comments in the snippet of the code. The code's not self-documenting. I'm obviously being sarcastic because I absolutely love comments in code. It's my way of having a rubber ducky without having a rubber ducky. I can literally write out what the comment it is, and then the line of code, and if the code doesn't work, and I read through the comments again, and I can figure out why it's doing what it's doing, then there might be it's a good way for my mental load to handle the rubber duck. I won't lie, I was having a day like how I'm feeling right now whenever I was reading through a coworker's set of code, and he is under the philosophy of code is self-documenting. If you can read what it does, you know what it's doing. And I was reading through the code trying to figure out where I needed to make a change for the specific thing that I was tasked with. And he has his variables as 3 letters, and I'm like, what is this SPE thing that he's doing multiple times all over this section of code? And I'm like, I had to ask him, and he's like, oh, that's my abbreviation for the serial packet exchange. I'm like, okay, well, either use variables with actual readable names, or put a comment in it saying this is what it is, so a person on no sleep and such can figure it out. Welcome back, Snoot. Nice. Videos are nice. I don't know what it does, but I'm going to do it anyways. It's the engineer way. And that's fine. I don't disagree. Something like, yeah, serial packet exchange is lengthy and all, but you don't necessarily need to do that. But yeah, lots of big words. It's... I'm not going to deny it. It's fun to discuss these kind of things with someone because it's hard to find someone that knows exactly what you're talking about at this kind of level. And while I might not be briefed on it, like reading an article, watching a video and stuff will help me understand it a little better. And I have no problems going out and learning this stuff because it's fascinating to me. Yeah. Well, I feel like any time that you are calling Malik, you know exactly what you're doing, and if someone doesn't know what Malik is, and is in the coding realm, they probably need to go back to school or YouTube to figure out what it is. True. Like the code that I've been writing today and the past couple days that I've been doing in C# is I'm the only one that really needs to know how it works, how it operates. I still use longer variable names and comment when I'm thinking because, as I said, if something doesn't work, I can go back to the comment to read it and be like, this is what I'm intending to do. And if it doesn't work, well, this is why. See how the comments in the line of code doesn't line up, and I make it easy for someone to go in and understand what my thought process was. Now, granted, I got into a bad spot where I was just writing code very obtusely, and I had to go back and comment more in depth than usual. What is on the agenda for tonight, Smoot? You were 2 before Flyback came in. And Panda is probably still number 1. And you can only get like 75 points an hour unless you donate through chat, so... And I've only been live for 35 minutes. So that's probably how. I don't know why you're number 3 and Panda's number 1 and Flyback's number 2. I don't know how that gets delineated. Did you let Mr. Robinson know of your complaint about the top fan algorithm? Sunlight Antelopes. I can probably just start stacking these up. Did Charzy get 50 today? I honestly did not see. You know, I haven't seen her on stream recently. Like, I know that she brings some food, but outside of that, I haven't seen her on the stream. It's a good thing I'm not doing the Inferno. That would have been probably a bad misclick. Oh. Well, I guess you're doing the Inferno. Granted, I haven't tried the... I have a T-bow and Missouri and stuff. I haven't tried doing the Inferno with it, but the setup I've been using with the Virtus and Crystal seems to work pretty well. So honestly, might be a good shot to just attempt to try it with that gear. As might help with some of the learning. Granted, I have no idea what I'm doing in there. I just go in and do what I do. Plus, what I really think is, I think King has been used to doing the Inferno with a Crystal setup, and I think that's where he's having some of his problems with his prayer. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. He has been saying that he doesn't know if he's going to be able to complete the wave because he might run out of prayer points. And Crystal has extra prayer bonus compared to Missouri, so that might be where his prayer is going to. But who knows? I don't know anything. I just go in, Ice Barrage the Nibblers, hide behind pillar, attack enemies, repeat until I die. Hunter meat. I think he does need to go out and get some of the Aldarium for the prayer regens. Not saying that he can't do it without that. Obviously he can, but they make the run so much easier. I am really tempted to just give him the 50k so I don't have to keep buying. And I forgot to drop the meat off at the thing. Oh. Well, it's fortunate we got the item real quick. Yeah, it's why the block lists are set up the way that they are. It's so that you can get the quicker tasks like that completed. Now, it's why some people, when they're creating their block list, don't complete Eagle's Peak, so they can't get assigned gray chins, or have some lists for the rumors to block gray chins and red chins and stuff, because the Kebits, you can hunt them fast and it only takes like 20 or so to go even on pity rate, whereas chins take a lot longer to catch and such, and their pity rate is a lot higher. Now granted, baby chin pet would be nice. Same with Herbivore and the Quetzin. A lot of pets would be nice, but I don't ever expect to get the pets. They just naturally appear sometimes. Like the rock golem. Did I? I honestly do not remember what KC I got the pet. It was not early. It was definitely a couple thousand or more. But it may have been more spooned than your Whisperer pet, so yes, I will go with I was spooned the Levi pet. I want to say it was over 2,500, which I think is over the rate on Levi, but I didn't go super dry. No, that might be something that they could add as an update to the collection log, and just like have like when you click on the item, it tells you I believe it tells you how many you have, but like it tells I have one rune scimitar ornament kit for Zamorak. It would be nice if you click it, it would tell you what quote unquote KC you got it at. And if you have multiple, which KC, or for like the skilling pets, the experience that you got it on. Yeah, I know, I wouldn't expect it to be done retroactively. It would be cool if you could. Because like I could go over here and go to the skilling pets and be like, oh, I have a rock golem, obviously, but oh, I got it at 862,000 experience. That would just be cool to know, but yeah, not like it's absolutely needed. It's just an idea. because I don't want to have to go to my screenshot folder. Pets. I have 6 screenshots. It looks like the Alchemical Hydra was at 1740 for me. Muffin was at... doesn't even say what KC Muffin was because it just has so many things there. Noon was ridiculously early at 105. Oh, Muffin was at 684. Pet Krill. Heron, and... oh, here's Levi. 2934 for Leviathan. Yeah, there's a folder here for chest loot, and there's 2 Fortis Coliseum chests that I've claimed, and a bunch of Gauntlet. Oh, there's a bunch of... oh. That's wonderful. I get to see all of the moons and barrows and tombs chests. I should figure out how to only have the screenshot for uniques in there. As I've done like 50 some tombs and have no purples whatsoever. Granted, not all of them are 0 deaths and expert invocations at TOA, so I doubt that I'm even due one, but I feel like that is one of the places where my account will be dry if I ever actually sit down and do nothing but tombs for days upon end. Honestly, I'm working on it. Hunter is not really necessarily one of my favorite skills to level, but there is a lot of benefit of having it leveled. Obviously, you know how I feel about finding a Dragon Impling to hopefully get a get some glories on the account, which obviously I haven't been banking on whatsoever. I probably should go out and do my grab the seaweed from the farm. Granted, I still need a few magic levels before I can even cast this Super Glass Make. But a few more levels of hunt. Like, one more level and 14% in this one is 80, which, honestly, probably should get Stams before it, but I might just, if I have another one of these days, it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to go out and just even walking around do herbivore. Get 80 to 9900 through just herbivore. And have a bunch of herbs ready to go. But it's one hunter rumor at a time at the moment. I don't remember making that promise. I honestly... I don't know if I could do Sepulchre for that long. I would also need to unlock Sepulchre, so I would need to do more of that storyline. You guys, I'm definitely not going to be Grandmaster on the account by summer. That's a lot of Slayer. That's a lot of raids. That is a lot of combat achievements that I will die on. Because even though I have a lot of Leviathan kills, I have attempted and still not completed the Mithril ammunition one. I just mentally cannot do it. I would honestly need to learn how to actually raid properly if I were to do it on the main. Granted, I probably could and wouldn't mind learning the raids and such. The idea was to give the Iron Man a good shot this year. I do enjoy the Iron Man playstyle. And I am genuinely terrible at this game compared to a lot of people. But if Smoot and Jimmy want to carry me through TOAs to get those achievements, I won't mind. And same with Cox. And Smoot is currently learning TOB, so he could definitely mentor me in that one as well. I don't know if by the end of summer we will be good enough to be Grandmaster speedrun time on TOB yet. Why is with my music just randomly stopping? I don't think I'm gonna lean into the meme a little bit, so I apologize in advance, Smoot, but I'm not a little boy, so I don't think he wants to service me. Oh, I knew that would get you to laugh, Flyback. Oh, that means I have to do a Yama contract as well. not a humble Chinchompa there. So on the main, I have 391 out of 632 combat tasks completed. So I am a little over halfway done. It looks like the only easy one and medium ones that I don't have completed are related to the Shellbane Griffin. Which is fine because they added them this year and I've been focused on this account. And they look relatively easy. Hard. It has 2 of the Shellbane Griffin ones, and it looks like the only other hard ones are the 3 of the 4 showdowns of the God Wars dungeon bosses. Killing Zilly, Grawdor, and Kriara when their bodyguards are dead. And then there's a bunch of elites and such left. Only 17 of 121 Grandmasters done. Honestly, I don't think even by the end of this summer I would be good enough. Even playing high level content for the entire time to get good enough to competently learn all of this, learn the Colosseum and Inferno to the level of proficiency to not even let the melee dig or do the speedrun times. Plus, I'm gonna play the heck out of the league whenever it comes around, so... I'm just gonna probably say, not gonna have GM even on the main by then. Honestly, I think Smoot has a better shot of getting GM before I do. I think you got it, Smoot, honestly. I think there will probably have to be a small sacrifice in the boss of the week stuff if it's not a boss that you don't have any CAs for. I'm sure you probably have all the Arachnus ones and stuff like that, so if that comes up as boss of the week, might not have to go out and go and kill that, but I think you could do it. Plus you also have you have a lot of the gear already bought and such, and you don't have to worry about selling it like I would. I only have one of the mega rares. I don't have all three, and I don't plan on selling the T-Bow to buy like a Shadow and a ZCB to make up for that. Sell the Shadow and get a Scythe and then run Tob for a few days or months. I will literally just be content if I ever run a Tob, let alone any of that. And by run a Tob, I mean a non-entry mode version of it. No, I think it is as well. I like the T-Bow just because you don't need any other gear to make it super good. Hey, you got the crown. It's number one. Number one chatter. Until Flyback comes around and steals it from you. I'm gonna log off the name. I don't know if my chin up here. I'm just gonna pop it. Pop this one because this one seems to be coming around. Like I said, for now, I'm sure when Flyback comes back from, I think he may have stepped away as he's been quiet while I ramble about how I will not get Grandmaster by the end of the summer. He's probably sharing his disappointment in me. Shared disappointment with Bowling Ball. I'm sure Bowling Ball would love to see it. Although I am doing Bowling Ball's favorite skill in Hunter. 7900. Ooh, Teku salamanders. Definitely will need one of those to do the best range weapon achievements from Kriara and the Phantom Mispa and all that stuff like that. A little more rare from Hunter than the other its variants, but I'm just gonna pop this one too because I feel like it. I don't think it's the one I'm looking for. think the shuffle is what's breaking the music player. Okay, that is actually what I was looking for. Can I, like, turn off autoplay somehow? Lots of red chin tasks. Which I won't complain about because they are useful. one. First one. And I genuinely forgot to recharge my whistle. No, I am getting lucky on the red chin, so I'm not going to complain about getting it again. Third task in a row. I also know I have it enabled to get back-to-back tasks at the same time, so that is done on purpose. But I won't forget to recharge the whistle this time. You really haven't missed much. Just continuing on the Hunter rumors. But welcome back. I think this is the first task I haven't had chins in like 5. You are still the #1 chatter, though. Yeah, I do. I do too. I think you do got it. It's very. You're very close to. You were very close this last time to seeing triple Jads. You know, the only time I've done triple Jads is during Gridmaster and the last leagues. So obviously overpowered and whatnot, but the main thing with triple Jads is getting there and getting your prayers correct. So it's still on a fundamental level, one action, pray. So just one action, 3 prayers instead. So you can easily keep your, just drink up your prayer potions if, when you need to and get back to attacking. But again, like I said, I've only done them on higher power than normal. My personal best was 2 meleeers, a ranger, and a major. So I worked backwards. Single jet is 67, dual majors is 66, so 64 is my personal best. I think you can easily get to triple Jets now. I hear, I without personal experience in the normal game, I don't know, but I hear that that comes with a little bit of a learning curve to it itself, which I kind of wish triple Jads was in the Jad challenges before the Inferno so you could get some practice, but I've only gotten to 64 once. I think I got, what was it, like 60? That last, the time last week, which was my first run in the Inferno this year. So I think I'm close as well. I just need to sit down and actually learn it. I think you could get the triple Jets easily. I think just based off of how I perceive it, there might be a little bit of a plateau there for some people. I don't think you'll have any problems with the Twisted Bow. You'll be able to kill Jads pretty quickly. I think the big thing with triple Jad is not necessarily getting the prayers and attacking them, it's doing that and then getting the healers, depending on where they spawn and such. But I think you can do it. You going for the PB tonight? Nah, I think you got it. I wouldn't worry too much. That's fair. I think you... I know there's that Colo-Sim site that allows you to practice the Inferno, so I'm sure you can set it to wave 68 and practice triple Jads and Zuck as much as you want. So if you're concerned with it, I think getting in the simulator is probably not a bad idea, so that you can feel comfortable doing it. I don't know what the league is going to entail this time around. Obviously, they do a lot of changes, but I believe it's still area locked. I think every... Ooh. Hello. Hello. Grab the cape right there. Net. Mystic Boots. Not the greatest, but we will take it anyways. It is a 6k out. But I think with it being demonic packs this time around, that we will probably start in with Kourend, and I think everyone's going to get that. So everyone will have Chambers and Yama ready. So I think, since I'm going to be doing a lot of the league, if we do get Chambers and Yama and everything that's on Kourend, I think the big thing I want to do is I want to do more Tanya for Taub, to see if I can just learn Taub and some of the mechanics in leagues, along with doing Varlamore to practice the Coliseum officially, because I kind of just brute forced my way through it on Gridmaster. And then I don't know which other place to go for. I don't think I want to do Desert again. I did Desert, and I have an okay understanding of TOA. Obviously, I know that you're supposed to... the normal method of doing TOA is not to do the Croc first, but do Monkey and Khepri first, and then Akka and Zabak. But when I started looking at TOA, I was obviously watching King's stream, and he did Croc first, so I've been doing it first as the method, not necessarily just to follow what he's doing, just that's what I saw, that's what I got comfortable with. So, but I understand the idea of doing it the other way. Like, I'm still not like 100% good at TOA. Like, I'm probably way over geared and such for it, but I'm at like a point where I think I'm doing like somewhere between 200 and 250s, and it's too easy, or it was too easy whenever I was doing it. 300s were a little more of a challenge, but there's probably a little bit of a hurdle that I'm still working on in there, but I feel comfortable enough, so I don't think I'll do Desert. I like doing Terran Wind just because I like the Gauntlet. Might do Wilderness just for the fun of it. Go PKing with, like, if they bring back the Khopesh. I think that would be fun. But and if we do start in Kourend, it would be great because I do like taking the farming relic usually to have auto grow stuff, which basically the last couple leagues I've done I actually maxed in, and it's one of those things that having the auto grow farming allows me to max easier. I am a little excited for it, if you can't tell. I enjoy them. It gives my little smooth brain some happiness to number go up, because I haven't had that in a while for the main, except for sailing recently. And it's always nice to feel like number go up. That's why I don't mind skilling and stuff like that. Obviously, last year I worked on getting more Boss Casey. I think if I didn't start this hardcore, I would have tried to get into more raiding Casey this year on the main. I mean, if you look at my mains account, you know, I still have skilled. And I've put some of the skilling into, like, rune crafting since as well. So it's not like I've necessarily stopped. Nearly another million rune crafting experience. I know, if you want to drag me through raids, I have no problem doing it, but I am going to say that you will be carrying me through them, so expect little to no contribution during some points. No, I 100% understand. I obviously am still learning, but I've done enough research. I've watched streamers doing enough that I feel like I have an understanding of it. I just need to put it into practice. Like, I know that Olm moves his head. Olm does his attack cycle on a 4-tick cycle, and as well as there is an attack, a null, an attack, and a special in that order, and you get it set so that you only take auto attacks instead of specials by being able to turn his head at certain points in time. I can do 3 and 0 with like a Sang staff pretty easily. I've been able to get it set up and do that. Getting the melee hand set up to do 4 and 1 or 3 and 1, I just can't mentally do it right now. So like I said, I have a decent understanding of how like all mechanically works, and I know how to do like most of the rooms, if not all of them. I just need to actually get in there and practice it and do it. So kind of want to go in and I haven't looked it up, but this quote-unquote Godfly thing that you can do with Tsuyama seems interesting, because it's not like you have to do some sort of complicated move around the whole arena just to dodge everything. You just move in like a few spots and stay relatively close to him the entire time. And obviously, like, standard Leviathan, Vardorvis, Duke is pretty easy. I still have a little bit of a struggle with Whisper sometimes, but I know that one a little bit. And obviously TOA, I've done some solo experts, so I have a decent idea of how to do TOA. Granted, the amount of switches you bring into TOA just boggles my mind half the time. I hope they keep the fur from the hunter stuff on the golem minigame that was proposed for crafting, because I have a boatload of that fur. Just ready to go for. the big thing is with Cox being a safe death for hardcores, I am interested in getting into it relatively early on this account. So, what I want to do is obviously get. I want to do moons first. I think the goal is with moons is to green log it. Green logging it should take a few hundred KC, and will give me a good set of armor for each of the styles. Kind of curious if with my stats, if going to like a mass world for Huey and some of those combat achievements, and maybe even getting lucky there. I kind of want to do Huey just to get the Dragon Hunter wand because it's actually really good. I think the solo boss I kind of do want to pick up learning on the main before I do it on this account, obviously, is to pick up Doom. I only kind of played around with it a little bit on the main. I feel like that kind of like the idea of the boss, and obviously the rewards are pretty dang good, but that is a long ways away for this account. I think you need to respectfully get back to your starting slot. And what is that idea, Flyback? That is some serious string. I just... I think if you get a actual package made up with like it made it look like an actual product and you shipped it to King's P.O. Box with the instructions for Mrs. Robinson to try it out on King, she would. Make him get a buzz cut. True. Although you might have to do it well in advance of Condor Con so that he forgets about it, so he doesn't beat you up while you both attend the con. Hey, did it explode and went right into the trap. I think you're gonna have some difficult time if you were to do that one. You might have to hand deliver that one and then quickly run away. I could be wrong, but isn't that normally in gas form and very toxic? Yeah, and shipping it through the something like the postal service is very frowned upon. Sure. Fair enough. That's... Alright, Smoots. Good luck on your stream. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be alive. I am literally about to pass out sitting here. So I might stop streaming shortly and direct everyone that's here to your stream, which I don't think is... I think it's just literally you two and me, because I think I have it open on my end. You doing the Inferno? Or are you gonna do something else to start? I think the current goal is to finish up this rumor and 9 more to get to 200 rumors overall. Open up the things and then call it a stream there. It will be. Again, I think it's pretty awesome that you were able to have a clip on Behemoth, even though it was a death clip, but still pretty cool. I wouldn't go that far. I don't think King should have either. I think he legitimately has a few debts that he owes Flyback and RJ's. I think if he couldn't handle being donated X amount of money for a boss kill of viewer choice, then he shouldn't have done it. Knowing Flyback was probably going to make him do a ton of Whisperer. quickly because I forgot to put the meat away from the antelopes. There we go. Hey, I got the Teku Salamander one. That's cool. Maybe I'll actually get a salamander instead of one of the juveniles. I am not going to count on it, but it is always an option. Granted, I wouldn't be able to use it for a long time, because I believe you need 80 in magic ranged attack and strength to even use it. But it would still be nice to have. Did forget that you get them at this level, so probably gonna fail a decent bit of the time trying to catch them. And there's the rare part already. To attempt to catch these last ones just for the experience, which that's a good experience drop. And I'll save the charge in the whistle, because boy Ranu is over here. He's a good burb. Good government drone. will say I have been very lucky on getting the rare item from Chins today on these hunter rumors. I will not deny that. Which is a benefit because he keeps giving me them. This is the last charge of this one to get here. Looks like Snoot has gone live. I actually think I planted one of these. Boosted and planted a Belladonna already. see about getting the levels for getting the crafting level and the Runecraft level for that extra experience at tiers is probably good briefly. I might just want clicking to go to last destination. Love the one and dones. I do like some antelopes as well. I think there's probably only one for meat in the pouch, but I'm going to clear them anyways because you get them from the antelopes. So make sure. Dude, free experience lamp. forgot to return that back on after Winter Tog yesterday. Charge as well. Back to Good Boy Renu. Hectic Bird, Surveillance Drone. To the salamanders, that's good. And remember to empty those. Put that back away. Grab both of these. First time that someone was at the spot before I was there. So we'll hop worlds. We don't condone crashing. You can be a decent person and just hop worlds. lot more memories than I thought I'd had, but I guess I probably got some after completing a Kingdom Divided and getting upgraded to the book. going to just change playlists to see if that fixes what's going on with depending on when we get these rare items, might be level 80. Could be close. We also get the experience boost for turning in them, so roughly halfway there on this one. Should get the rare piece before the level. The 2 hunter levels tonight will be good, especially getting to level 80, where we can place 5 traps. So experience should get a little better. sure a little bit of Hunter doesn't hurt. Especially when we're like 4K away from the level. One more rumor as well until we hit 200 completed. And that actually gave us the level. That's 80 Hunter, 5 traps, Herbivore, and Crystal Implings whenever we get to crit. So, big level. Sponsor over here. Might be a little easier to do the 5 here. I'll try it out. I think that's our first level 80 skill as well. It is. Thought mining might have hit mining first, but because of all the shooting stars, but I never really went back after I stopped recently. Just been doing other things okay. Haven't really gone back. Alright, let's restart going and go back to the Hunter's Guild. Preemptively grab the next task. So when we're ready, we can just do it. Okay. Pause everything. 27. Hunter remove sacks. Not biggest opening, but we're gonna open them all right now. Good bit of supplies. Definitely like that they added this into the game. As just an additional way to get extra supplies and such. Alright, that is all the Hunter rumors we're going to do today. It's been a chill skilling session of Hunter. Kind of like to default to it because working towards the Dragon Implings, and I guess with a Hunter Potion now, I can officially catch them. I believe a Hunter Potion is some Aventel. Let's before doing that, let's do these. I'm not gonna make a whole bunch of them. I'll make 14 just for the experience and herb lore, as well as I can. Plus 3 Hunter gives us 83, which is the level for Dragon Implings, so I might just start carrying one of these around in the Hunter sack so I can potentially just get the random Dragon Impling. But with that, I am going to end the stream here. I appreciate everyone that had stopped by and hung out. I appreciate that, and have a good night.